My name is Éireann Leverett, and I'm a first liaison and lead member of First Vulnerability Forecasting Team, as well as the founder and CTO of Killara Cyber, a cyber insurance company. I've been a first member since 2013, and what started as professional networking has evolved into something much deeper, a global community built on trust that's fundamentally changing how we approach cybersecurity. When I was working at General Electric doing software development for distribution management systems, software that moved electricity around the grids in the UK, US, and Australia, I got my first real taste of how cyber threats could cause physical harm. During that time, I also discovered an interesting parallel between cybersecurity and circus work. In the evenings, I started attending clowning workshops as a way to get away from the computer and relax from some serious tech work. Eventually, I found myself promoting out front of a circus and doing magic tricks on stage. There's more similarity between these worlds than you might think. In both, people are highly skilled, backstage, very humble, and when they're performing, they make the extraordinary look ordinary. Whether you're talking about incident responders or tightrope walkers, they do extreme things that are pretty normal to them. This wasn't just about hacking computers. It was about systems that could be arced, shorted out, burnt down, where people could get hurt and critical services could be lost. That experience taught me early on that the harm is always real, even if the method is virtual. What drew me to First was a problem that many cybersecurity professionals face today. I was trying to figure out how to remediate 10,000 vulnerable industrial systems on the internet, and I quickly learned that you can't just write an email to people and expect change. Everyone in the media was talking about ethical hacking and offensive work, but there wasn't much dialogue or coverage about how defensive work actually happens in practice. More importantly, most discussions about incident responders assumed everything was contained within a single organization, but that's rarely how real incidents work. First filled that gap. What's truly impressive about this organization is the ability to handle collective incidents that span multiple organizations and countries. I've had experiences where I sat down to dinner with First members, told them about malware being hosted in their country, and it was taken down within 24 hours. That speaks to the incredible trust building that First enables across cultural, national, linguistic, legal, and even jurisdictional boundaries. There's always a point in any significant incident where you go from helping one client or victim recover to discovering other victims who aren't paying your bills, but you feel an ethical obligation to support. Through First, you can share that information with teams in different countries who will vet it, validate what you found, consider other opinions and avenues, sometimes expand and enrich that information with data that you don't have access to. Then, they can work on addressing the collective victimization happening across the internet. One of my key contributions to First has been founding and leading the Vulnerability Forecasting Initiative. We publish quarterly and yearly vulnerability forecasts, and this work is becoming increasingly important as the threat landscape evolves. Our forecasting works similarly to weather prediction. It's not just about one thing, but multiple interconnected elements. We can predict not just the volume of vulnerabilities coming, but their characteristics as well. How many will be remote code execution? How many will be network facing? What CVSS scores to expect? What makes First special is that it's a tribe of tribes. You'll hang out with different groups at different times, and that cross-pollination really gets the creative juices flowing. The training and networking opportunities draw you in initially, but over time it becomes a community and a network that lasts throughout your career. Your job will change, your profession may even change, but you'll continue to speak to and trust these people around the globe. For emerging cybersecurity professionals, my advice is to start with that hacker mindset. Learn to think about how packets flow and code executes at a much finer level of detail than most people, but that's not enough. You need to collaborate, embrace debates, and have multi-stakeholder discussions. Look at cybersecurity challenges from multiple perspectives: technical, economic, political, procedural. Measure success in incidents mediated and victims helped. First understands how to build trust and get incident responders to operate as effective teams across all kinds of boundaries. Many cybersecurity companies operate in isolation, treating symptoms but never addressing root causes. First gives us the ability to work on the causes themselves. That's the real power of this community, turning individual defenders into a global force for cybersecurity.